So once you open your OBS, no, this is the very same interface that you'll be working on. And if you are not fine with the colors, you can actually change them by going to File and then Settings, or you can also go and hover here at the control, no, it's on the bottom right of your screen. There is the settings. You can do it either way. And then there in the general, there is actually the themes with the drop down themes that you can choose on. So by default, this is the dark theme, although you can try Acri, or you can also try Rachni, no? Or you can also try the last one, which is the system, no? More on white. So for me, I prefer to use Acri. Then don't forget to apply it, and then OK, so that your changes with the theme settings um, will be accepted. Okay, so this is now your OBS interface. Welcome to OBS. This is the studio wherein you will be working on, and other production companies and other TV studios also use OBS in their productions, in their TV shows, and for streamers and other YouTube content creators. They also use OBS, although there are also other standalone applications, no? Although OBS is the much preferred one. So as you can see, we have the toolbars on top, just like any other application. We have the file, we have edit, we have view, we also have profile, we have scene collection, tools, then we also have help. So for this webinar, we will be tackling on the most used, no? The most used tools and a general overview of OBS. Okay, so this is your active stream layout. So this is the very same display that will be shown on your productions, on your live streams when you broadcast. All right, but it is preferred, no? It is encouraged. I highly encourage you to choose the studio mode, no? Because in studio mode, there are two panels. The first one on your left is the preview, while the second one on your right is the program. So in the program, this is the very same scene, or this is the very same production that will be displayed on your live stream. While in the preview, this is where you can do some changes, you can modify or update your changes without affecting what is seen on the program or what is being shown in your live stream. So in case if you have changes in your preview, you can click on transition so that those changes that you did in your preview will be updated in your program. All right? So since we have already tackled on the controls, no, especially in the settings and studio mode, then let's begin with the controls lang. So we have 5 controls. We have already discussed the studio mode. We also clicked on the settings earlier. And in exit, of course, you know what exit means. It implies that you'll be exiting OBS. So let us first discuss on start streaming. So how do you stream in OBS? So say for example, you are ready and you are good to go to stream or to broadcast your feed or your production. So how do you do, or what should be done for you, or for in order for you to stream? Okay, so before you begin with your stream, you must see to it that the stream key is activated. So how do you update the stream key? So the same thing in settings, you go in the stream tab, no, after general, and you can choose the service wherein you want to be streaming your production. So there are already available applications or channels wherein you can stream live your production. So there is Twitch, YouTube, Facebook Live. So say for example, you will be streaming your production on your Facebook Live. So say for example, I am on my page, no? So this is my page, my Facebook page, and I want to go live stream. Okay, so you just hover to your wall and you can see the create live na button. So you just click on that and then you are here on your live producer na page. Okay, this is your live producer page. So as you can see, there is a stream key that is being displayed, no? Okay, you just have to copy such stream key, and once you go back to your OBS, no, there is a stream key that is being asked. So you just have to paste that stream key and you click on apply and OK. So as you can see in our Facebook Live, there is on the bottom right corner, no, there is waiting for live video. So once you are in your OBS and you click on start streaming, what will be displayed on your on the bottom right corner, this one, ito, what will be displayed is what is on your program. Okay, once you start streaming it. Okay, and then do not forget that you have to have a title and a description of your live stream, or else that wouldn't be published. And then you can also publish it as a test broadcast. Maybe later, no, once we have already created our scene for today's example, then we can publish it later so that we can see how it is done. Okay, so yeah, that's it for Facebook Live. So by the way, once you are done with this, say for example, test, and let's test, and the live video is already available. You can for you in order for you to be able to go live, then you have to click on the live. It doesn't mean that you have already started streaming, no, in OBS. It will be automatically streaming on your Facebook. No, it should be confirmed. It must be confirmed in your Facebook live producer in a studio that you will be producing or you will be going live already. Okay, so after start streaming, then you also go live. Let's also check it in YouTube, no? So say for example, this is your channel na dashboard. So your studio dashboard, no, in your YouTube channel. So you have to hover to go live in the upper right, no? And as you are already there, you can schedule a stream. You can actually schedule a stream wherein, say for example, you have a live stream that you will be conducting, on a certain day, so you can schedule it ahead of time. Then the link will already be available beforehand, or there is already a preview of your link. You can also do that. But say for example, you want to do your stream right now, then you can go to the stream, no? And then um, you will be directed to the live streaming studio. And just like in Facebook Live, no, in every streaming facility, there is a stream key that you have to copy and paste on your streaming application. In our case, it's OBS. So you just have to copy the stream key, and you can go back to your OBS. And say for example, you will be streaming it not in Facebook Live but in YouTube. Then you can do so. It's okay if you don't modify this server, no, that is already given. Then you have to paste the stream key. Okay, then you have to click on apply and then okay. So as of the meantime, you can only stream your production in one channel, no? It's unlike let's say StreamYard, wherein you can if you have a paid account in StreamYard, you can simultaneously do a live production in, say for example, in Facebook, in both Facebook and YouTube. You can do that in StreamYard, but here in OBS, you can only choose one. Okay, so dili pwede simultaneous, no? Although you can open multiple OBS na application, and then you can choose the first to be streaming in YouTube, and then another OBS for Facebook. Then you can also do so. Okay? Alright, so that's how you stream. Going back sa YouTube, do not forget na once actually this is already okay, no? The video or your OBS na program will be displayed here. And there is a button here that says that you can now go live. Alright? So this shows here, no? Start sending us your video from your streaming software to go live. So once you stream already in your OBS, here on your OBS, start streaming, then that will already be available here in your YouTube. Alright? So later on, we'll really do the hands-on on how you stream it live on your channel. Okay? But for now, let us concentrate here, since we don't have any content yet, no? And we don't have anything in our OBS. Okay? So these are the primary na tools, no, that will be working kaning nasa, or itong nasa bottom the bottom part of your interface. So the first one is the scenes. So scenes are the various scenes or captures, no, or layouts that you have in your studio. So scenes are a collection of sources. Okay? Scenes are a collection of images, a collection of various layouts, other multimedia, videos, and everything else. Later on, we'll discuss on the sources. But simply put, scenes are the different scenes, the different layouts that you have and that you can live broadcast on your channels. Okay, so you can have as many scenes as you want. So say for example, you have a separate scene for your standby, no? Say for example, you have a layout for before your main video will begin, no? Or your main live feed will start, you can have a separate scene for that, and you can actually rename that. So how do you rename that? Because by default, the name is scene. Okay, so to rename your scene, you can right click on it and then you can rename it. So say for example, this is for standby. No, say for example, you will put a text there na webinar will begin soon. Please stand by. That is your scene, no? Then you can duplicate it. You can copy the filters when you right click on it, right? And then say for example, you have a separate scene for your main, no, na live feed. So how do you create a new scene? Yung plus lang, no? May plus dyan na button. Yan, may plus. Then you can create, you can rename your scene. So say for example, this is a scene for your main, no? And then you can choose where should it be positioned, no? Should it be after the other, or should it be before the other? Then you can do so by this up and down na buttons, okay, for the position. So you can also delete. So say for example, you created one. This is for your end credits, no? So you already have a scene for your standby, no? Before you begin, there is a layout for such, or there is a scene for such. Then you also have a main one. Then you're also putting an end credits na scene. So just in case you change your mind, you don't want an end credits na scene anymore, then you can delete so by clicking on the minus na button just beside the add button, right? Diba? So you can remove such scene by doing that. Okay, so once again, scenes are a collection of your sources. Okay, every scene has a collection of sources, and so say for example, no, make sure that you have chosen the scene that you really want. And in our case this time, I'm choosing the main scene, no? The scene where I will be already doing the live feed, right? So since it has a collection of various sources, so from here we can now add which media or which other captured things that you want to be captured, no, in your sources. You can do so in your sources. Say for example, you want to add an image, or you want to add a browser, you can do so here in the sources. Okay, so one by one we will be discussing the sources, no? So these are the different sources that you can include and embed in your OBS na scene. Okay? So audio input and audio output, no, these are the first two. So these are this allows you to add an audio input or output device. So say for example, for input, we can add a microphone, no? If we have a microphone and you want to capture the voices or the sounds that are produced in your microphone, then you can do so by the audio input. While audio output is, say for example, you have a headset, you have earplugs, no, or you have earphones or headphones, and you want to capture what is being produced in such devices, then you can add from here. So say for example, if we add an audio input, no, say for example, I want to I have a microphone which I have an earphone which also has a microphone, and I want to capture such sounds. So for you to do that, you just choose audio input capture, and then you will be asked for a device, no? So by default, it is only default, but in my case right now, I have a Huawei na headset, no, and it also has a microphone. So I want to include such, then I have to click on it, and I click on OK, right? But alright, but in this, I will not be literally doing it, no, because it will interfere um, my audio. Although I have shown you the process on how to do it. Okay, so by the way, here in OBS, you might wonder, say for example, you have a video that you included and you cannot hear it. Actually, in OBS, you really could not hear it. Okay, so it's like it's as if it's muted, or else then it will affect, actually there will be echoes or feedbacking, no, in your audio. So OBS does not produce sounds. Okay, so after audio input and audio output, no, we also have browser. So browser is intended for websites, no? If you have some websites to visit and include in your OBS, then you can choose the browser. Okay, so say for example, you want to include youtube.com, no? You can also nominate the specific sizes for width and height. This is by pixels, no? So as you can see, the YouTube page, although it is still loading, can already be seen on your preview. And as you can see, no, in our left hand side, the preview, it is not the same with the program on your right side, because in preview, this is where you have you can do changes without altering what is seen in the program, because program is what really is it is what is being shown in your live feed. So once I click on the transition, that's the only time that that the changes have been updated to. Okay, you can change the kind of transition, no? You can choose fade, you can choose fade to black or cut. You can do so. Okay, so this is for the browser na source. So next, after the browser, is the color source. So color source is where you just add a solid color, no? So say for example, there is one part that you have to cover, no, in your layout. Then you can do so by choosing color source, and you can change the color by selecting on the color. You can also pick screen color, no? If you know, if you're familiar with Photoshop, then it is better known as the color picker na tool, no? Wherein you just have to hover on your mouse and the color of that specific area will be chosen. Then you can also do so. Okay, or you can choose from the color wheel, no? You can also do such. Okay, so for example, I have chosen such color. Then you can adjust, no? You can adjust the size of your color source. So as you can see, in our sources, no, what is on top will be displayed on top. Gets lang? what is on the topmost will be the one um, that will be displayed on top. So say for example, I swap browser and color source. 'Di ba? So what happens is since ang browser na ang nasa top, so parang natabunan niya na, no? Ang nasa likod nito, or in our sources what is underneath. Okay? But once I swap them again, nauna na ang color source, no, on top over browser, so mas nakikita na ang color source. So parang ano din siya, no? Sa Photoshop parang ang layers niya, what is on top will be seen much than what is under or below it. Okay? So after color source, we also have display capture. So ang display capture is where you want to display what is actually seen on your monitor. Okay? So in my case, no, I am using dual monitors now. So once I click on it, I have various options of display, no, to choose from. I have display 1 and display 2. Okay? So that's my display 2 and this is my display 1. Okay? So you can deselect, no, or untick the capture cursor, meaning to say hindi makikita yung cursor ng mouse nyo, no? Or it's up to you kung gusto nyo din ipakita. So that is display capture. Okay? So as you display capture. The same principle, no, kung anong nasa ibabaw, what is on top will be the one that will be seen most, no? Not unless you swap the positioning. So that is display capture. Okay? So parang ano to, no? Kung nasa Google Meet pa, para kayo nag-share ng screen nyo, ganun. So that is the display capture. So another source is the game capture. So sa mga gamers dyan, and if you want to stream live your game, no, your gameplay, then you can do so from the game capture. Okay? So if you are playing a specific application with full screen, then you can choose the mode, or you can choose a specific window. So yan is for game capture. Okay? And as you see, I already have a game capture now in my source, but since I don't have a gaming application that I am using, so it's not shown, no? So that is the reason. So delete ko na lang to, ha, para walang confusion. So next, we also have an image, no? So say for example, if you want to add an image in your layout or in your production, then you can do so by, of course, as the name implies, the image na source. Okay? So once you click on it, you will have to select the path or the location of your file, of your image file. So you can do so by clicking on browse, and say for example, I have here a picture, no? This is already I have created a layout, or yan, na may mga transparent something inside, no? Yan. So gumawa na ako ng picture na PNG yan. So ang PNG nababasa din ng OBS. Okay? So para hindi kayo maguluhan kasi mukhang nakakalito ang layout, no? You can actually hide and unhide other sources. Okay? So say for example, you want to you want to hide yung hindi makita, no? Hindi siya visible sa screen. Then itong eye, no? Itong eye na button, you can click on that para ma-hide siya. So say for example, ang gusto ko lang maiwan is yung color nating green, no? Itong color source nating green na nasa likod. So i-hide ko si display capture, yung earlier, at si browser. Yan, malalaman nyo nakahide siya, of course, if parang may slash na ang mga mata. Okay? So, as you can see there, yan, nakikita na, no? Nakikita na ang green. Kasi transparent tong image ko eh. Yan na para makita nyo. Itong image ko, no? And transparent itong mga nasa boxes or rectangles. Okay? If you want, no? If you want na itong image nyo or any other source, nakalock siya, meaning to say hindi pwedeng ma-move, hindi pwedeng ma-alter, no? Then you have to click on the lock na icon, nakatabi lang nung mata. Okay? Once I click on the lock icon, hindi na magalaw si specific na source. So in this case, si image ko hindi ko na magalaw kahit na nakaklik ako kay image, no? Activated ang image na source, but still hindi siya gumagalaw kasi nakalock siya. So say for example, I want again to gusto kong palakihin, no? Si image, do not forget to unlock so that you can already resize. Yan. Yan. So you can lock it again para hindi na magalaw, no? If you don't want it to move anymore kasi nakaposition na siya dyan. That is already a fixture, no? Hindi na pwedeng galawin. Then kailangan mong i-lock. But let's say si color source gusto mo na ma-move pa din siya, no? So pwede yan if hindi siya nakalock. But once you already lock your specific source, in my case, color source, no? Para hindi na siya gumalaw. So hindi na talaga siya makiklik, 'di ba? Ang nakiklik na lang is itong mga naka-hide na si browser. Yan. Alright? Yan na ang ating preview. So as you can see sa program natin, since hindi natin kinlik, no? Hindi natin kinlik si transition, walang nagbago sa ating program. And remember, program is what will be shown or what will be fed in your live stream, no? So if you are done in your preview, if you're done with the modifications, then you can click on transition para, ayan na, ang updates ay nagbago na din. Okay? Na-change na rin. Okay? So after image, we also have image slideshow, no? So sa image slideshow, this is the same with image, only that it will display various images, no? In rotation. So pwedeng multiple images tapos sunod-sunod, no? So pwede yan, and you can choose to have it looped or hindi. So how do you add the image files? Then dito sa pinaka-bottom, no? You just have to add here. You can add files or you can add directory. Okay? So for this time, hindi muna ako gagamit ng slideshow. Okay? So i-delete ko muna siya. Paano ulit i-delete ang specific source? You just have to activate, no? Activate such source and then press minus. Or pwede din i-right click mo na lang, then remove, pwede din. Or pwede din na i-click mo ang delete, no? Sa yung keyboard, pwede din yan. Okay, so tinanggal ko na si slideshow. What if gusto ko ding tanggalin, no? Si browser at saka si display capture. Yan, silang dalawa. So, the same. Ng pang-remove for multiple selections. So, ang naiwan na lang ngayon is si color source, remember, na si color green, no? At si image na transparent ang insides or itong mga rectangles. Okay? So, next, we can also select a video, no? Pwede din ng video. So, how do you do that? Media source ang answer dyan. Okay? Media source plays videos or MP4 files, MP3, pwede din sa media source. So, how do you locate it? So, ito lang, sa browse. Or if you have local file na nakasave na video, so yan, pwede mong piliin yan. Then you can choose to have it looped. Kung, say for example, tapos na, no? Tapos ng video, do you want to play it again without pressing anything? Then, pwede yan. Then, there are also other options that you can choose. Okay? Yan. So, in this case, this is the video already na in-include ko. But, say for example, I want to resize it, no? I want to resize my media source or my media file. How do you do that? So, pwede lang ganyan, no? Drag mo lang. Yung parang mga squares na nasa edges or corners niya. That's how you resize it. Pwede mo din siyang i-crop, no? Say for example, masyadong malaki lang. Gusto ko lang itong circle, no? Or itong logo lang ng video mismo. You just have to right-click on it and then click on transform and then choose edit transform. And, ayan. Itong crop, no? Pwede yan, ang crop. Then, ano lang siya? Trial and error or estimation lang, no? So, naka-pixels din to. Estimation on how much should be input, no? Para mag-reflect din ang size kung gaano kalaki ang ika-crop. So, ayan. Ayan, sumobra siya. So, ayan lang. So, na-crop na siya. And there are also other options, no? When you right-click on the media file, there are other options that you can choose. Pwede nga may mga filters din and properties. So, I'll give you the freedom to explore on it since basic lang naman to. Yan. No? Ayan na. So, as you can see, hindi pa siya nag-reflect, no? Wala pa yung video na in-embed ko sa program. It's because you have to click on the transition first. Yan. Before it is actually reflected. Yan, di ba? So, aside sa media source, we can also select scene, no? Itong scene. So, what is a scene? So, ito na, 'di ba? Meron tayong standby na scene, meron tayong main na scene, 'di ba? Yan. So, pwede din na magpakita ang source natin, no? Ng scene na nandito sa ating left-hand side. Okay, yan. 'Di ba? May sige ha, para mas makita nyo ang explanation. So, say for example, mag-add ako ng end na credits, no? So, meron na tayong tatlong scenes. Meron tayong main, standby, end credits. And say for example, lagyan ko ng end credit na image source na lang, no? Para mas madali, no? So, naglagay ako ng picture kay end credits, no? So, this is my end credits. Sample lang po to ha. Tapos, lagyan ko daw ng ibang color source. Let's say, ang puti lang. Yan. Then, I'll swap it. Yan, di ba? Sorry. Yan. So, for example, yan ang end credits ko, no? That I will have to write acknowledgement, thank you to the following, ganun daw. So, once I go back to my main, and then I add a scene, no? As my source. So, ayan na, di ba? Meron na tayong end credits, standby. Yan. So, say for example, si end credits, ilalagay ko sa scene na to. So, ayan. 'Di ba? Nagpakita din si end credits na scene dito. Yan. 'Di ba? So, yan ang scene. That is the scene na source. Okay? So, from the scenes that you have here, na nasa left, pwede mo din siyang i-include dyan sa gitna. Okay? So, ano ko muna to? Delete ko muna si scene, ha? Then, we also have text, no? If you want to, of course, as the name implies, the text is for your text. Diba? If you have something to input, then you can do so with such. So, say for example, ayan na, you want to add a text. Then, from the text na box, no, or na panel, this is where you will be writing your text that you want to include. So, say for example, ano ba? Certificates. Yan na, wrong spelling pa ako. Certificates will be provided after 3 weeks. Please check your email. Diba? So, say for example, gusto mo i-include yung text na yan. So, pwede. Then, you can choose the colors, no? Pwede siyang vertical, kung pahaba siya, no? Pwede. You can also have background color. So, pwede yan siya. Okay? Then, you can also, you can easily change your size, no? By just dragging it, yung mga corners niya, pwede. Diba? Para mas lumiit. Yan. Diba? Say, for example, yan. Then, pwede pang mas maliit. It's up to you. Diba? And then, say for example, no, gusto nyo, you want it yung parang ano, no, yung parang sa mga news, ano yan? Flash report, news report, no? After a commercial, diba? May breaking news daw, diba? May mga, may parang marquee yan. If you know HTML, may marquee na gumagalaw. Pwede din by, right-clicking on it and then choosing a filter. Diba? Then, sa filter, merong plus. And then, you can select scroll. Although, there are also other filters that are available. You can explore. But for now, let us check scroll muna na filter. Yan. So, pwede na, ayan, diba? As you can see, if I change the horizontal speed, ayan na, gumagalaw na siya, nagmamarky na. Pwede ding vertical, no? Kung gusto nyo tumaas din, pataas, pwede din. Pwede a combination of both. But pwedeng wala naman na. So the default is of course 0. Yan. So pwede siyang naka-loop. Pwede ding hindi, no? So, close. Ayan na. As you can see, ayan, meron na tayong marquee. Gamit lang ang filters. Okay? Na scroll. So, for example, gusto nyo na limited lang ang width niya, no? So, pwede naman. Pwede nyo namang i-change. Okay? Filters. So, dito. For example, ano ba? 800 or 12. So, trial and error din siya kung gano'n, kung anong mas ano. Kung anong mas bagay. Okay? Yun. Diba? For example, ganyan. So, trial and error din siya. Okay? So, ayan na. Meron na tayong nagawang example. So, what else we have here? Meron din tayong video capture device, no? So, video capture device is where, say for example, you have your web cameras or you have your DSLRs, no? Na yun ang gusto nyong ma-display. Then, you just choose video capture device. Okay? So, say for example, I'm adding a video capture device here. And, ayan. I have a capture method na device, no? So, you just have to select kung anong camera ba yun, ang inyong capture na device. So, you can change them settings if you want. Okay. Yan, then you just have to resize it by dragging. Say for example, lalagay ko siya dito, no? Dito sa side na to. Yan, para ma-occupy niya ang isang buong rectangle. Then, you can also, you can change, you can also crop it, no? Kagaya ng ginawa natin earlier sa video, sa media, no? Sa transform and edit transform. Then you can change the width and height there. Then pwede din na yung ano no, yung transparent background. So pwede din 'yan sa filters and then sa Chroma Key, no? Pwede 'yan sa Chroma Key. But this time, since hindi masyadong maganda tong color, background color, no? Pitong pintura sa likod ko, since may ibang places na hindi mata-transparent. So, hindi siya okay to do an example for now. But if you have a green background, no? Kahit ako sa bahay, I only use green na cartolina. It really works well. Or if you have a cloth na green, pwede din. Okay? Explain ko lang ulit kanina ang positioning ng ng mga sources natin, since ito ang nasa top, ito ang makikita no as foreground. But if kung ilagay natin to siya, if i-drag natin siya sa likod, so say for example, likod ng image, no? Since this is the image, so say for example, ayan. 'Di ba? So you can see now na nasa likod na siya ng image. The same principle sa Photoshop. Ganun. Okay? Then next, aside sa video capture, we also have a window capture. So, ang window capture na ngayon is, if you compare it, no, since 'di ba meron tayong display capture and window capture. And display capture is the entire display of your monitor, no? Of your screen. Itong video capture naman, window capture, only a specific application or a specific window of your of those that are running in your system. So say for example, meron kayong Zoom, no? May Zoom kayo na naka-join kayo sa Zoom or sa Google Meet, pwede nyong ma-select 'yan. Okay? So, kung anong window, you can, there are